Strange days are here again. Now I'm dancing with my imaginary friends. In my head, they say what I need to hear, whispering lies that make my problems disappear. Then I get paranoid. Oh no, I let them in again. Should I play along? Why yes, let's play a game of pretend. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Time to let my crazy show. They feed on fears, they twist my thoughts. Act like kings, but they're just bots. Truth is, they just fucking bore me. Now it's my turn, I'll flip the game. Step inside, let's play insane. Let's get this psycho circus started. You're at my party, dearly departed. I can make this fun, do you wanna run? I'm pulling out the big one, just for fun. Pop the champagne and run, bitch, run! Strange days are back again. Still dancing with my imaginary friends. In my head they say what I need to hear on repeat till the silence disappears. 1, 2, 3, now you know. This is how I let my crazy show. They prey on doubt, my insecurities. Play pretend like they've got authority. But truth is, they just fucking bore me.
Welcome. Hey, Boober. How are you? Let me put my joint out. We'll save that for later. Everybody's been given Sher free range. She's been able to get on and yap her lips with Dawn's yappy lip sister Mary, and with Yappy Lip Lips, who plays games, involves herself in lawsuits, records people, calls DHS, puts people on the dark web. We all been there. We all heard it the last few months, right? All the games Lips has been doing. Let me remind you, because this isn't really why we're here today, but I want to remind you why I'm going over this the way I am.
Lisa K putting that up there. If you see it, Lips is on the other side. Now, there you go. So somebody explain that. All I'm doing is saying, why do you have, you've already said it on your lives before, you have files. You keep everything filed, right? We all know you file everything up. The question is, Lisa, why do you have Ghost and Peachy's address? Why did you have their address where you could pull it up? Because you're talking about, because obviously, let me show you what you all are missing. I can't believe you don't see it. You guys don't see it? How many people sees what I see here? Because I'm telling you, right here's the conversation. This is the conversation right here. She blocked you so you can't delete anything, Lisa. So right here is the Pennsylvania stuff, but right directly after that, you post Peachy address. Where's the conversation with Peachy at? Why does it have to go to Peachy and Ghost for? That's what I'm saying. And if you can't see that, there's something stupidly wrong with you all. Who sees that? You're talking about Peachy. You're talking about Peachy. You're talking about Crystal here, but all of a sudden you fuck up and you put the wrong address, which is in Cleveland, Tennessee, which is Ghost and Peachy's address. Why would you even have that?
So I'm not on the recorded part. This is a very long live I did that has the recorded part in it. Let me give you a link. What you hear in this is Lips had sent Ernie a recording that she had taken of Lisa while they doxed me. They called CPS on me. They called DHS on me. They filed lawsuits on me. They were calling U.S. Marshals to my home. There was police calls to my house every day. It really put my family in an uproar. Sorry. It caused a lot of problems within my own home and my own community. Lips has been behind the scenes with Candace since day one. So it's odd to me that she comes out on Voices Behind the Wall as Sher's best friend again. Lips has been with Sher since the very beginning of Summer's case. They've done several panels together. This is nothing new. Let me show you. Hold on. Damn it. Hold on. Talking with Loose Lips 4 years ago.
Not at all. Not
This is
at fucking
ridiculous.
all.
February 9th, 2022.
I can't believe we just had that conversation in real life.
I know.
You pretended to be TBI to get me to interrupt my live stream because the wells are that
that's what it was
pathetic.
about. You're right. He didn't
No,
want you
but
to
I
be
get
on,
it though.
and then
Some
he
people will
knocked
be
you
like,
off
well,
the
why
show.
did she do that? It's
He
because
knocked you off
you
the
have
show.
to go along with their narrative to get closer and closer. You know?
Yeah. And it was to figure out why he would do that and how he would do that. And then so I could debunk all the other stuff about, oh, TBI said this, TBI did that. So I'm in my head already know that no, it's not really TBI. So that's why.
Okay, and then your reaction to my responses to you was what?
What do you mean?
When I was texting you back, you had to have been dying.
Straight up fucking, this is not TBI shit. Like fuck you. Gotta fucking, nope. Is this the TBI you already got my shit? She says. Oh, fuck. Hey, Kid, everybody. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that till right now.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then he wanted Mark's number and all this shit. Like, because remember, he knocked you off a panel 2 times and then from like blowing your phone up. And then Mark ended up jumping on or whatever to like save the stream. And I don't know what happened after that.
Yeah.
I think I was.
That's one of several times the Lips pretended to be a TBI agent, a Fed agent, an attorney, a CPS person. Lips has been on this shit playing games for years with Sher, in my opinion. Both were behind the scenes with Dawn and Candace day one when the YouTubers started reaching out to Dawn and Candace. With Dawn and Candace, both bitches were on video calls. Add squall in there. Something ain't right with the picture. However, today we are going to go right over to Sher to a live she did 10 days ago, February 23rd, 2026. Let me make sure I share this. Here's a link if you want to go watch it. We're just going to listen for a little bit. Sher's done 3 or 4 lives with Mary, with Lips. This is going to be my series. I think Mary's a cunt. I don't think she's a good aunt to Summer. I don't think that somebody that comes out and talks shit on the parents of a missing kid instead of helping when you're family is an asset to any case. I think Mary caused a lot of fucking confusion. I think Mary started a lot of shit. I think Mary came out here as a spokesperson for Jeannie and Trish, and it went awry. I do know that Jeannie did not approve of the things Mary was doing. I know that fact. I had a conversation with her myself. Mary continues to come out here and do these strange ass fucking things when it concerns Summer, a child she's never met, a niece. She never gave a fuck to know while the child was around and alive and well and healthy and safe, but now has a ton to say after the child has gone missing. So let's get into this. My husband just walked in. He better make coffee. Hold on.
Hi, Carla. Good to see you guys. The lighting is really shit right now in here, but missed y'all. You took my color, but that's okay. No, I took most wrenches. I went through on my phone. I had to take Candace's wrench because, well, pretty sure. Okay, actually, Lips is going to join me in a little bit, I think, because we're just going to start kind of not at the beginning, but like a lot of you know, I ended 2025 the last couple months as someone, Candace Bly, decided to
Trust.
start video calling and confiding in. So
someone Candace decided to trust behind the scenes without telling anybody. Candace now has a mod in your channel. You haven't been live. Nobody would fucking know that, right? It ain't like she's in your chat. You're calling Candace. You're friendly with her. You want to get all the deets from Candace while her and Dawn are breaking up. In your latest live, which I'm not going over today, you state that Candace was calling you and White Boy from a dead person's phone. Sher, you can't switch sides. We all remember what you did to Candace. We all remember the naked pictures you sent on. We all remember the games you played. And I really have questions for you about We Can Bring You Hope. Now, I'm not a fucking bitch. I'm not a pussy. And I'm not scared of nobody. However, what are you? Because here's my link. I would like you to come up here and answer the questions about We Can Bring You Hope. Oh, and tell Lips to put that recording of Guy Schultz out who connects to We Can Bring You Hope. Okay? Since y'all been in the fucking background for 4 motherfucking years playing fucking games in this missing baby's case. There's my link. Feel free to grab it anytime. You already told me you would speak to me about this. When I came in your chat the other day and somebody said, Tammy said my name, you went, you know what, bitch? Come say it to my face. Because I don't like you neither and take them dreads out. It makes you look dirty as fuck.
if she was being sincere, the next couple shows I have planned, which I was eligible for remonetization on February 8th. So we'll wait till I get these shows out because I don't want anyone saying, she's just back to make $1, whatever the fuck. Okay, so we're just gonna wait because I've got a bunch of stuff. You guys saw her. She was modded. Some of you guys were seeing me and Candace was getting along. What's going on? A lot of you went to me privately and was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what? Candace, a mod? Really? Like, what's going on? And I couldn't say much, but Lips knew, Tammy knew, and 2 or 3 other creators, I think. I mean, but they're people that I confide in, but they happen to be also creators. So, but they've kept it to themselves 100%. So I'm not going to say who knew everything. That's for them if they decide to say who knew what was going on after I start saying some stuff. Now, if Candace was being sincere of why she decided.
Let's also not forget that within this last year, Lips has threatened to put Nicolina's and others' children on the dark web. And that's who Sher is now buddies with.
September 25th, about 7:30 p.m. to start video chatting me daily and being my good night and good morning. How are you, sweetie? For a little bit. Again, ended.
You know what, Rachel? I think Sher has rather good content sometimes. But I think she is just here for grifting. As a matter of fact, I'm going to lose my monetization showing you all. I might have to take the sound out of it. What Sher has done in another case. This is the human Sher is. This is why I don't like Sher. I liked Sher when she was covering Summer. Then when she took on another case while covering Summer and did some crazy shit that harmed a whole lot of people, including people I've become friends with. Hold on. Let's just give you a reminder of who this fucking bitch is. Okay? Where is it?
Stealing the signs. They're stealing our signs. They just came out here and stole our signs. Poor Betty, baby. They stole my signs.
They just took signs up in a matter of milliseconds.
Steal our signs. Stole our signs. Somebody needs to bring us more signs out here. Let them touch my signs again. Give me my fucking signs back. I am in a news media capacity while I'm out here tonight. I'm in a media capacity out here tonight. You know, they stole our signs. It really, really got under our skin, stealing our signs, and then they steal the signs as well. They stole the signs, and the fact that they stole my signs, our signs, I am part of the media. I am press, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. So, and I'm actually, just to prove a point, going to be upgrading my badge to a Bullhorn Betty press badge. They didn't prepare one sign. Steal my signs. This family stole, in addition to the signs. About our signs, we stole the signs that were out here. Goes back into signs. Somebody's going to be going to jail today. It's going to be a clown, a literally clown. So we've got a clown here.
Down on hecklers who have berated Quentin's family and neighbors for weeks.
You hear that? It's something that's been hard to come by over the last few weeks. It's peace, thanks to this sign, or really what the sign means. Hecklers have dominated Buckhalter Road. They've screamed words we can't say on TV, got into disputes with themselves, and some have streamed the entire thing on YouTube. 3 new signs now greet drivers. One is strategically placed in front of Quentin's home.
Out me as press out here and what law enforcement is doing to hinder my rights here as press. I am out front of this home to prove a point that they cannot stop me as press. I am allowed here as media to say whatever I want. That's the power of media. I don't have to drive the police chief's narrative. Okay? I'm doing it because there's not a damn thing Chatham County Police Department can do about it. I am press credentialed, but this is Bullhorn Betty reporting. I had big posters blown up of Quentin. Let me tell you, since I've been here, we've had over 750,000 views. I am in my professional press capacity, and we have been literally on news for 5 minutes. So we do have an officer out here. We're going to see what he has to say. Hello, Mr. Roberts. How you doing? I am here as press. I'm running a live segment, and then we'll be out of your hair. I'm press with the Bullhorn Betty channel as well as the U.S. Press Corps. I am press. I'm acting in my professional capacity, and you already know what my rights is as media, and we don't even have signs here as protesters. Yeah, because we have rights to be here. We have even the protesters. Like I'm here in a professional capacity, but here it is. Do I need a permit? You need to read that. I do not need a permit to be here, and I definitely don't need to have a permit to be here as press. Look, does this look like a parade? This is my team. This is my media team. So this is what you're causing.
Do you all have press badges?
They're under me. This is my photographer. We're not even out here protesting. I'm out here in a professional capacity. This right here, you literally spent taxpayer dollars for that? Are you kidding me? And you're wasting tax resources. Those resources you say you don't have to put signs up to county ordinances and saying that trumps the state law, the state constitution, and everything else. And I don't get it. I don't get it. No. And you see how fast people drive on here. So guys, I am still out here reporting. I'm being strong-armed by law enforcement out here. My rights and my civil liberties have been jeopardized and violated. There's no loitering. I'm not loitering. I mean, I would think loitering, I am covering a case. So they spend tax dollar money for that. Again, we're coming back with very powerful attorneys, and we are going to rock the city or the county of Chatham. The Chatham County Police Department, you do not have the right to violate people's constitutional rights or civil liberty and say that you have that right. You do not have that right. So we will be back here with our attorneys, and we will be sitting right here in this. And we will be sitting right here in this lawn.
Good afternoon.
I'm actually going to leave this next news broadcast up to go over before we get off of here. However, I'm going to quit sharing it. What you just seen was Sher schmoozing her way into a family with a missing child who, by the way, the family murdered, putting her face bigger than the missing child's face on the home of said missing child while authorities dig through a dump site for said missing child, where they found said missing child. And the mother now sits in prison for said missing child. Leilani Simon, I hope you burn in fucking hell. Take your fucking addict fucking mother with you and her best friend fucking Sher, who didn't give a fuck about that missing baby. Well, they allowed this fucking skeleton ass fucking Skeletor bitch to put her face all over that house. Sher, you're a bitch. No matter what way you look at it. Keep hosting lips on your fucking panel. You're an evil fucking clown. Promise.
The last year, not thinking of it, right? Because she's the one who posted my tombstone that I am now certain Tim Mullen made, but we'll get there because I made notes for myself, so I'm gonna try and do this in some kind of order and sense for everyone because it's a lot. Like I said, the last couple of months, and that happened because of lips. I was at work. I get a video call. I thought it was Lips, but it said Can and had her icon, and I said, this has got to be someone fucking with me. There's no way this is Candace. So I stopped what I was doing, huddled in the corner, and answered the phone, and it was Candace Bly video calling me. Okay, I'm not going to forget the day, September 25th, around 7:30, 8 p.m. Literally, I was shocked. Candace had a little friend. This friend was emotionally invested. Hi, Nana for life. Ryan. Reluctant psychic. Oh. Hey, boo. Fancy seeing you here. Candace had a little friend. Okay, so we'll get there. So I'm just going to start at the beginning. So I'm at work. I'll send my phone's Facebook Messenger video call. I see it's Can. And I recognize, I mean, who doesn't know, the account she's using at whatever moments she's using them, right? We all know. And I saw that. I was like, oh, okay, so someone's fucking with me or I'm about to pick it up. Now I pick it up and I was like, yeah, like, what is this? What is happening? And she cussed me out immediately. Wasn't it Lips? You got the link, boo. So you get up here because you guys, some people love or hate Lips. We're leaving that to the side. I don't care if you love or hate her. She's the one who, and she can say it because I don't even really know. Have I even asked you, Lips, like, what the fuck? How? Maybe I did. I just don't remember. But I don't know. Did Candace tell you, like, let's call Sher, I need to cuss her out? Or I kind of got the idea, like, you kind of talked her into talking to me. So we'll get all of it. Here she is. Here she is. Okay, how'd that?
I should have let that video finish out because not only did she put her picture on that poster of the missing baby, but her father, who has spent time in prison for murder. I did show the whole thing. If you notice, his photo is on there as well. A man who burned people up is on a photo in front of a house of a missing kid where she's grifting for fucking money, just like she did in Summer's case for her fucking teeth. No, I fell on my face. It's embarrassing as fuck. I'm missing a tooth. I hate coming out here every day. I can't afford to go get me a new tooth. It's $2,000 a new tooth just for one. How many teeth did this bitch have fixed? Under Summer's fucking name. While she puts her murderous father on a banner of a house of a missing child.
Happened.
Oh, and in her last live, she's complaining about Dawn asking to talk to her murderous father. Well, she said Dawn was pushing it. No, Sher, you was putting Dawn on panel with your father, introducing them, making them friendly with each other. We all fucking remember it, so don't try to change the fucking narrative now. It's too late.
What was the last thing you said? You said, did Candace tell me what?
Okay, so how did Candace call me in that group chat that night? Whose idea was that?
I don't quite remember how everything went down either.
Okay.
I've walked away from that situation.
Hi, Rockin' Robin.
Trying to forget about it. But Candace had another man that she was emotionally invested in, and she was doing anything and everything she could on a daily basis, constantly, all day long, with this guy. And I call him a kid. She might call him a guy. I don't know. He's an adult. And they were like
an adult with a record, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't need to say the names or whatever, but some people know.
I'm sure it'll come out here.
If you know, you know. Yeah.
Quiet, so. Okay. Candace was invested in rap.
Wait, let me say too. Now, if Candace was being sincere, and Lips, I think we both have our doubts, but yeah. I gave her a fair shot. Is that not true?
Oh yeah, you absolutely did.
And I even talked to other people out of bashing her. Did I not?
No.
Rap sent the clown in that video I showed you, he was also involved in the shit down in Georgia where Sher was playing games. Rap did go to jail for R after a heated something with TT and Jenkins and Candace at a carnival where they were promoting Candace Summer's missing face, but Candace and Dawn can't show up to the tree lighting ceremonies. Jenkins only been using Summer's face for how long? To promote her channel. Anyways, I'd be ripping them fucking flyers down too. I'm sorry. Just my opinion. And I'm not a fan of Dawn and Candace. We all know that. I do think they know what happened to their child. However, I don't think they are directly legally bounded by it. I think they're piss poor parents. That's why I've never invited them up on my show, on my channel. However, at this time that Sher is speaking of, and Lips is speaking of, Rap was very involved with going to the missing children posts that Jenkins was putting up. Candace was friendly with all of them. There's videos and pictures. Jenkins even has a thumbnail pulled up with TT. She has butterfly on her face. Rap got arrested with face paint on. Yeah, there was a whole fucking thing with that. So this is Lips taking something and turning it out of context is what this is. He sat outside the house up on a hill, burned up with his mother and a child in the house. Well, it burned. Not only did I read that he admitted it on Sher's panel one night. He did. Yes, Rachel. Rap is the same one Ziggy sent nudes to. Well, not nudes. She had a black bra on. Prison pictures, I call them, because she likes the men going to prison no matter what they did. They could be liable for a missing child, for rape. I mean, come on. Ziggy, Lisa K, that's their type of dudes, man. I don't know what to tell you. But yes, that is Rap. And there was also some talk, you would have to ask Benny about it, about a laptop that Rap had that was sent around. And there was a laptop that, or a tablet or a laptop that Benny had that he had sent to Adrian. There was a lot of shit going on, and Benny actually introduced Rap, but now Benny don't like Rap because of Rap's charges. I don't blame him, okay? But what's going on here is Lips is elaborating a story, in my opinion. Now, I haven't listened to this whole thing because I was so fucking angry just listening to this part that I'm going to go over the rest of it with y'all, and you get to see my first reactions. I'm sure they'll be fun.
I said, let's give her a fair shot, right? Yep. Let's just see, right?
Absolutely.
The most fair in the last almost 5 years I've ever been to her, right?
Yeah, because you kind of had doubted me for a second on all of it. You were like, no, okay, look, let's try this, because that's kind of where I'm going with this. All right, okay. So Candace had kind of gotten a little fight with this person, Rap. I already said his name was Rap. Mm-hmm. And she had been confided to me or whatever, and then like something had gone on where like I knew that Sher needed to be pulled into it. I was kind of done. I'm over the Summer Wells thing when it comes to Candace and stuff. I've had my on and offs with her multiple times. I just wasn't gonna do it again. I wasn't sure.
Hey, Rhonda. Yeah.
Sher's opinion, and so Candace kind of came into this as in screw all these men. All these men want to do is hurt me. This, and that, and that's where.
Okay, I wasn't blind to the fact though that this is the same time, Lips. I'm not blind to this is the exact same time when White Boy and Noelle are flipping on her. Absolutely. So that didn't go over my head. I saw what people were saying, whatever. I knew that, but I used that to my advantage too. So
right.
Yeah.
So not only did her offline relationship go bad, her friendships with white boy number going bad. All these things were going bad, and she was reaching. She was just reaching. Candace was, and she wanted to share.
So she wanted to reach out to me.
If I remember right, yeah.
Okay, so now I don't know if I told even you this, Lips. The timing of her reaching out, maybe I did, of her reaching out to me now, I went in, her friend, it came out online, her friend that she was living with passed away.
Okay, yeah, this is Dee Dee and them, you guys.
Dee Dee passed away. I went in Daisy's chat. Candace was up on the panel. They were talking about Dee Dee passing, and I dropped a comment. I thought I was blocked. I didn't think it was going to go through. I literally dropped a comment and left. My comment was, wow, Candace, a lot of people close to you either go missing or turn up dead. And I dropped that bomb and I left.
Right.
And holy shit. It was within 24.
I dropped that bomb and I left because the whole fucking YouTube don't already know she has a missing sister, her daughter's missing, and all these people in Ben Hill are dying that they've been talking about for 4 years. You're right, Sher. You didn't go in there to shit start, not at all. That's how you lured Candace to you and Lips to be your buddy again, right? What's Candace going to do? She's going to reach out to Sher because Sher dropped that fucking truth bomb, dude. Oh my God. The whole fucking internet wasn't already fucking talking about it. Sher did it. Everybody give her the fucking credit. She knows it all.
For 48 hours, then all of a sudden this is going down. So
this is all the same time frame that it was alleged that Candace was dating that Fred guy too. So,
Dee Dee's husband.
Yeah. So
yes.
I'm just going to let you know, I was here to witness Candace was actually dating Rap while all this other stuff is going on with Fred and Dee Dee. Because it was, when I joined the conversation, Dee Dee, according to Candace, had just passed within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was fresh. It was fresh within 2 weeks.
I will never believe Candace was dating Rap. Lips. No matter how much you try to push that narrative, I will never believe Candace was dating Rap. Never. Not in a million fucking years will I believe Candace was dating fucking Rap, especially when it comes from your shit-spitting fucking lips. This is you coming out here and starting rumors in a missing child's case, as you often do. What happened to them dark web photos you were going to put on Nicolino on the dark web? What happened to that, Lips? Where's all your fucking threats? I want the fucking video of you and Guy Schutzius released. I want to show people how far you dig into people's lives to destroy people. I want it released. I may actually, if I ever get the opportunity, take you to court to make sure that that recording is handed into my hands. And then I'm going to go to Guy and make sure that he knows we are a two-party state. Since I do still talk to Guy. He was my father's friend after all. It is illegal to record people in the state of Pennsylvania without their knowledge. So I would like you to record that because I already have video of you stating that you recorded it. Okay? So unless you want fucking charges pressed against you, I highly advise you fucking release that recording. I will never in a million years believe that Candace was fucking Rap.
Yeah. And so
not when she contacted Sher, but when she had contacted me.
She contacted me right away out of her mouth. She was trying to cuss me out. You bitch.
Yeah.
You're the number one person that's ever been like the most. I fucked up her marriage the most with Dawn than anyone. Right? Her first words out of her mouth. Fuck you. And I said, excuse me, Candace, you called me.
Yep.
And she shut up for a minute. I was like, apologize, let's be nice here. You called me. And she simmered down. She did apologize, right?
Yeah, she did.
And she started crying and all that. She told me, I'm sorry, but yeah, that it fucked with her. She called me about every night crying.
She wanted to make this about, Don and all these men were against.
Rachel says Candace is a monster. Anything is possible with her, just saying. I don't want to call Candace a monster. I want to call Candace a woman who has lived through many multiple abuses. I want to call Candace a woman who was abandoned by her mother at a young age. I want to call Candace a woman with a missing sister that she don't give a fuck about. It's blatant. It's blatant. Okay? I want to call Candace a woman who lost 2 kids because she couldn't keep them safe from a man who was toting a baseball bat that put one into a home for the rest of his life. I want to call Candace a woman who held a pew-pew, a big one, to police officers when they came to the home to remove said first 2 children she had. Okay? I want to call Candace a woman who grew from that. That's what I see. I want to call Candace a woman who loved her next set of 4 children and took them on field trips, took them to the horse pond, took them to Wisconsin, traveled with them, showed them things maybe she didn't show the other children. But I'm also going to agree with Sher when Sher says Candace is a scapegoat. I truly believe Summer was kidnapped off that hill. I believe Candace and Dawn know why. We hear the stories I just went through, Bill Shipley, where he came up to the home, grabbed Summer by the hand, and made Dawn go in with a pew and get the money that Dawn owed him. We hear the stories of Dawn he trafficked in California and Texas, Utah. I believe New Mexico was thrown in there somewhere. I think they're a family riddled with abuse on both sides, and that they did not know and have the proper training to raise children. I don't think they're people that ever should have had children. However, I see Candace showed her babies love. The last 4, they took them to church. I think they tried. I don't think neither of them were capable of raising children. That's my opinion. But I think Candace tried. I do agree with Sher when Sher calls Candace a scapegoat. I do believe Dawn knows more than Candace. That's my opinion. I do believe Summer may be gone for something Dawn did. We hear the hoax call. I didn't know nothing about Dawn involved with the Mexican mafia. I believe this is something that happened because of somebody in that neighborhood that included Dawn owing somebody money. That's what I believe. Do I think Candace is a horrible person? No. I think Candace's life has been riddled with trauma. And coming from a family and a life riddled with trauma, I can have compassion, which is why I never reached out to Candace. However, I do hold her and Dawn responsible for whatever happened to Summer because they were not being good parents, if that makes sense. Could be. We never know. That's just the way I look at it, and you're right. There is no excuse. However, I do have some compassion for Candace, so I don't come over here and I don't bash her. I actually have a lot of sorrow for a mom who has a missing kid and has literally filled her life and lost every child she's ever birthed. That must feel some sort of way.
against her, and they've always been against her.
White boy had just flipped on her and was saying some terrible shit and outing her about how her friend died, and she was lying to people about that. And we'll get into that,
Mullins have always been after her.
Yes, she was drinking. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh God, yeah,
she was drinking every damn time, drunk, crying, telling me I fucked up her marriage the most out of anyone that's ever meddled with them, and why did I do that?
Candace even talked about things that were sent back and forth between her and Don and stuff, right to Candace. I mean, I witnessed it. It was said. It was apologized to. There was things admitted. I mean, Candace took it.
Yeah, it was interesting, which is why I stayed silent. And, I was talking with Lips, like, we should talk about this. But then we kept like, well, no, because I'm going to tell you what ended her and I talking. Because even she went back to Dawn. Now, Lips, you can confirm this because you were there. Okay. Mark heard some of this too. I said to Candace, I won't record what our conversation. She was like, you need to prove to me, be my bestie, whatever. Don't record me. Okay, I got you. I said, but you're telling me that you want me on Dawn.
Okay, so have some compassion for Lips. Why? Why would I have compassion for Lips? The bitch tried to help sue me. She played games behind the scene. She tried to have my children taken from my home. She called police to my house, admittedly, on Ernie's. She has threatened to put Nicolina's children on the dark web. She's ran around with a Linda and a chicken on a stick and a squall. How about you have compassion for Lips and take your dirty lips and put them on her fat ass and suck? I ain't doing that. I have zero compassion for Lips or Sher.
And Tim's ass. So if you go back around Dawn and you call me, bet your ass I'm recording you. And she said, okay. Now, since Dawn got back with her and picked her up and took her from Dee Dee's house, no more video calls.
Nope. It was,
But she's been in my comments supporting and stuff. Yeah. Now, again, though, if Candace was being sincere, this show and the next couple shows that I have planned and notes for,
we're gonna go.
Candace should actually deep down be happy about if she was being sincere on why she ended the year of 2025 talking to me 2 years after she posted a tombstone that Tim Mullen made. So we're gonna get into it then.
Because Candace, I remember now. Candace's original reason was, how dare Tim Mullins post on one of the kids' birthdays?
That's what it was. That's what it was. She was very upset that Tim Mullen made the first post on her.
Okay. Now, because I'm a fair human being, where Sher talks about Tim Mullen, I agree. A lot. I agree Tim is a handler. I agree the PIs could possibly be handlers. That is my opinion. My opinions do not reflect the opinions of those in my chat. They are my opinions and thoughts only, based off of the things we have been seeing on YouTube for years and years and years, based off of words from people like Twister and Jody Sue and Chase 423. Listen, Gigi. Play the recording about the boss. You have an agenda, face it. Honey, you're welcome to come grab a link. And tell me what agenda you think I have, because you're absolutely right, I do. I do have an agenda. My agenda is to get answers for Summer Moon Utah Wells, who went missing June 15th, 2021 from 110 Ben Hill Road. She was last seen walking away from her home. She had on gray pants and a pink shirt. She was 4 foot at the time and weighed 40 pounds. Summer has blonde hair and blue eyes. Nobody has seen Summer since the day of June 15th, 2021. This June will mark 5 years. So when you go and you say that I have an agenda, you're completely correct. I have 100% an agenda to keep Summer's name out there in the public, her face out there. I'll share her photo before I go, and to get answers for her. Gigi, I have found that I have family that has ties down in Ben Hill. I know background things about people down there that other people don't, such as a Karen Renfro and the Morlock family. Okay? So you're right. When I tell you, in my opinion, I think they were drug dealers, I have much big reason to think so. You're absolutely right. I have a huge agenda. If you don't like it, you can get the fuck out of my chat. The next ignorant comment you make, stutter, Gina, I will block you. Until then, have a nice day and go fuck yourself. You are derailing, and I'm going to let this play for a few minutes so y'all can hear it.
Her son's birthday before she could even do it. Called me crying. Hey, chat. Hi, Sissy.
I remember now.
Tiana, Real Rock and Robin, everybody.
Go after Tim, but that also meant going after Don. And I think that might have been when she copped out because.
No, she said she wanted me on Don's ass and Tim Mullen's ass.
She did.
And we talked for months after that. It wasn't until Don picked her up to move back with him. Right. And then Don lied to her to get her home because she was supposed to get like all these other new pets. And
that came out wrong. Let me say that out loud. Love and light. What would you do if you found out the CPS was all real? I don't doubt it. We can see the abuse in pictures. I've heard it from others. There was a letter written by another person who claimed to babysit Summer Wells that pretty much mocked the fake CPS report. And I think that's where it all came from. I do believe they are true accusations made against the Wells called into CPS that somebody told somebody. So I wouldn't be much surprised at all. Just my thoughts on it.
Wi-Fi and all of this shit.
Wi-Fi, and she was and all Don had to do was stop talking to people like White Boy and stuff, YouTubers. So I mean, I think they both had to stop talking to YouTubers, but Candace was promised all these things, and she never got those things when she.
I agree with you, Rachel. That's what I'm saying. I think that the CPS report could be true, and those could be accusations made against the Wills. And we did hear Ellie and many others say, Jose, there was rats, there was roaches, they fed their kids pizza and shit from the dollar store. So I don't not believe that those accusations were not made to CPS. However, do I believe a CPS reporter came out and gave that information? No. They would have charges pressed on them and their job would be put on the line. I believe somebody took a report that somebody put on Facebook and turned it into a CPS report. That's what I think.
She got there. So now we don't know. We haven't talked to her since. But that's all we knew was that she was promised all these things and she was going home.
Yeah. And I said, I kind of am worried that you can get like murdered going back there, Candace. Don't go back there.
Yeah,
but then, I'm listening to White Boy and stuff and the lies that were told. I mean, they lied. It was being lied to. I mean, she did cry to me on a couple calls, Lips and tell you too about Dee Dee's death and stuff, but that's a whole nother conversation.
But Fred was never really topic of anything, right? Do you remember Fred ever being topic of anything? I don't.
No.
Which is I don't know if that's weird or whatever, but I just know that it was all rap and then Dee Dee, and then right back to
Dawn and Tim Mullen. And how she can't confirm or deny, but how long Tim and Dawn actually know each other. So in these things that she's telling me with lips there, because they three-way called me, that's she was drunk crying one night. And so that's how she would call me. Yeah, she would call with lips and say, get Cher on the line, and that's how it went for the last couple months of 2025.
Like, get her on the line right now, kind of thing. But in the in our group messenger chat, so like Cher could see it too. But yeah.
I mean, we even got some text. She was okaying me to, have other creators be like, yeah, they can put this out. Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, if they want to do this,
It was like an axolotl pet or something. What was it? Like a ferret and an axolotl or something? I don't know. It was some weird pet. It was something like that.
You would love a wrench been here since summer went missing. I know that, Sissy. I've seen you. I'm gonna be getting some wrenches here as I start coming back here. This okay. So in the conversations, because I was grilling her, but grilling her without. I didn't want her to feel like I was grilling her.
Is that too much? Do I tone it down?
Yeah, but she for real. So she was really pissed off. She was like, Cher, all of these pictures that we've had, I told Dawn I didn't want out. Those are for me of the kids. All I have left, I didn't want them out. I'm like, well, what the fuck? She goes, it's Tim. Tim come over, lied and said he had to use her laptop or whatever, her computer for something or whatever, and he cloned it. Like he cloned Dawn's phone, or I don't know. Is that the right word? You know what I'm saying? Like he backed everything up somehow for himself.
He got everything,
and he got all of it.
Was handed to him when Dawn went to jail.
Is that called cloning? Yeah. So
had access to everything. That
it's literally Tim Mullen putting these pictures out of the kids and acting like he's the pappy. It's crazy. Cloned is the right word. I thought, okay, so as long as you guys understand what I'm saying, who cares if it's the right word.
He backed Dawn's whole phone up when Dawn went to jail, and then he gave it back to Candace. Now I also have proof. I think
which we all knew that.
Recently,
but he cloned their computers too, is what Candace was telling me. Cloned their computers too, and then so.
I don't like Lips. I think Lips has gone through great depths to get her proof of this and that and the other, but because I know Lips has done that with my life, I believe she has also done it with Candace and Tim and everybody else, and I do believe Lips has proof. Just like she had proof about Lisa Kay and her and Curse recording and playing, and Linda recording and playing games in my personal life, right? So Lips, if you have proof, why aren't you showing it, or why aren't you sending it to TBI? I'm not quite understanding what your MO is here. Why you're out here playing so many games with every fucking creator and every chat. I don't even have time in my life to go watch a million chats. I have to sit and listen to music and watch TV shows. Right lately, I've been really into the Jeff Epstein shit, watching the Rothschild and Rockefeller, all their connections and things like that. I get into like intelligent intellect. Like I want to learn things about things I'm hearing. However, you seem to have more than 24 hours in a day to go to every single fucking chat and know every single thing about every single person here on fucking YouTube. And I'd like to know with whose help and why. It's fucking strange as hell.
One thing that Candace was really hung up with is I started going through Tim Mullen's lives because she wanted me on their ass. So I was like, okay, let's start listening again. And she had not heard the part where Tim Mullen said, I might have seen Candace with the kids. I might have taken their pictures before. I don't know. It's possible or whatever. It along those lines. I'll pull it up here in a bit. We'll find it and hear it.
Throughout the parade, throughout all of that, it kept getting said that he had ran across them.
Yeah. So she was acting like that really bothered her. Like that was news to her, that bothered her. And so we got into a conversation. How long do you think Dawn has really known Tim? Because I have a whole show planned for you guys to show you.
Everybody, please pray for Michelle. She's a sub of mine. She comes in often. I'm very sorry to hear that, Michelle. Michelle says, hey, Crystal's Crimes, just popping in to say hi. Had some devastating news that my fiance has gotten cancer behind his eye, jaw, liver, and spleen. Please pray for him and me for strength. You have all my love and prayers, honey. I'm going to ask my chat to do the same. Big hugs.
What happened with the last conversation I had with Dawn and Tim Mullen.
I know Sher does. I don't know much about Tim. I just know what my experience with Candace. I know that I have a audio of Candace telling me that she kept Don's phone and stuff and got rid of Ernie's phone too that day in the water.
I have reservations about Grandma. I'm going to tell you why. Her and Dawn absolutely hated each other prior to Summer going missing. There was the fight with Jose where Dawn apparently kicked Grandma on the knee during the fight. Grandma has come out with CSO and told a different story than what Candace told about planting the flowers. Grandma was involved with the Chase stuff. But what really bothers me, and I'm going to reference to the Nancy Guthrie case that's going on right now. Them officials, the FBI, the Arizona police down there in, where is it, Tuscan or whatever, Arizona, I forget where it is. They took every car, even of suspects that were driving through the area. I will never understand why they completed the scene without taking every single car from the Wells property and test it for decomposition. I will never in my lifetime understand why every case I have ever heard in my life where there is a car involved, the car has been taken by the police and examined. I will never fucking understand why Lawson and the feds didn't take Grandma's car, Dawn's truck, and the red Subaru the day Summer went missing. I will never in a million, to me, that is complete incompetency on every part of every law official that was involved in this case. Them cars should have been taken. Grandma got into a wreck after she left, right after Summer went missing. She changed the whole back of her car. It went from the color of her car to red. You could see it parked when she comes back to the property. Months after Summer goes missing, you can see the change on her car. Why was that change? Was there another wreck that was documented? I would really like to know why the officials never took any car in this case. Complete incompetency, in my opinion, on all parts.
Ernie made a big deal about, oh, blah, blah, blah. She got rid of Don's phone. No, she didn't. I got the audio of that. And that's on my...
Why are we... Wait, what? Why are we throwing Ernie's phones out?
Because Ernie was tracking. Ernie gave her a phone.
Right. Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, so instead of throwing Don's out, like she told Ernie she threw Don's out to make Ernie, shut up. And then but really she had kept Don's phone and threw Ernie's phone, because I was letting her know that obviously he was tracking her and stuff too by what he was saying on YouTube and what she was telling me, because I was talking to her then too. So lots of this stuff ties in together.
It definitely goes back to California days, which I'll show in the other show that I've got planned, like just specifically about Dawn and Tim's relationship. Yeah, But so then I start thinking, as I'm having these nightly conversations with Candace, and
something else that came out during the Guthrie case. I was going to take all the evidence from the Guthrie case and show you how they investigate, because they were so open in the Guthrie case how they investigate. But something right before the Guthrie case happened that I actually went over with you guys was that they could tell every phone that pinged up on that hill the day Summer went missing. That them pools will ping, and they can tell every phone that pings going up on that hill till this day. They are watching it. They can pull it. But what I wanted to do was go through the Guthrie case and show you guys. I'm going to make some videos when I get some time, how they analyzed the evidence in that case, because I'm almost positive with the FBI, a kidnapping, and the TBI and the sheriff's office being involved, you're going to see a lot of the same tactics used in any kidnapping case. Now, the Guthrie case got a lot more attention because Savannah's famous and she had Trump on her side with the feds and all that other shit. One second, guys.
This is important.
it's like, wait a minute, if this is the path she wants me to go, well, yes, okay, so there's a few reasons. It could be because maybe that's really, because remember, I heard that call where she said, you done it now? I didn't even have to do it. Sher's got you in prison. Remember that phone call, right? And then she comes to me, of all people, her most hated whatever husband meddler person, and she wants me on his ass again.
She did until she moved back there, and then it was
until she got back with him, and that's when it ended. And that's because I said, you keep talking to me around the person you're telling me you want me after for your daughter missing.
Yeah.
And who's going to know better and have the best intuition on her daughter missing than the mother, right? So, okay, you call me around this person, I'm recording your ass. And she said, what, Lips? That's fair deal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My son has something going on. He's trying to tell me about it. Hold on. I'm going to let you guys listen.
She actually was saying things like, I don't care who's recording or not anymore, and things, just different little things. And even though we kept reassuring her nobody was recording anything, because at this point now, recording her or not, you put her own words out, nobody believes them, and we tell you what she says, and it's just not believed. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you record her or not anymore. I mean, it's
right.
But me and Sher started at the beginning. Like, it's not. I got so many recordings of Candace, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I still got recordings I haven't shared, but
don't go looking for them anymore, anyways.
No, so that's pretty telling. So, but in the conversations, I'm realizing, because there were times where, do you remember when I told her something about she's not sad enough or something like that, and then the next time she called me, she was crying her eyes out about, I would do anything for my daughter. I would give my life for my kids and share, like, and whatever, and just bawling her eyes out, and basically again taking my coaching. Why are you doing that? So you want me to do this and this and this, and you have these and these thoughts. This is telling me, Candace, that you have guilty knowledge, or you're just fucking with me.
Yeah,
or you're just fucking with me.
They really like to fuck with people for each other.
I mean, there is that too, yeah. But at this point, I really feel she didn't want to be with Don at this point.
At this point, she didn't. No, because she had rap. And then once she realized, it kind of happened in the same time period. All right, I was kind of talking to both Rap and her and like Rap's other girlfriend, and stuff. And
It's never ending in my house. So let me tell you guys what just happened. A constable came to my house for my son. He's not in any trouble. They weren't arresting him. He was in a car accident, if you guys remember, back in June, where a car ran him off my road and totaled his new car he just got. He ran into a telephone pole. He had the baby in the car. Very lucky none of them were hurt, but a constable just pulled up here and said my son did damage to somebody's car while somebody ran him off the road and hit a telephone pole and wants my son to plead guilty or not guilty to it. Wouldn't that be the people's job to call my son's insurance and get the police report to find out what happened? Can somebody help me out here? Because I'm confused. Like, my grandbaby almost died in this car wreck. Some asshole speeding up my hill ran my kids off the fucking road. And now they're trying to give my son a fine for damage to another car that nobody ever said was hit almost a year ago. What the fuck is that shit? Fuck these cops. All right. He'll go to court. I told him call his insurance, get the police report. All right.
His real girlfriend. And I had let Rap know. I said, look, I says, Candace thinks of you as an emotional relationship. And I didn't know how else to word it to them other than an emotional relationship. Over the phone, you're there emotionally for her. You're on the phone with her 24/7, all day, all night long. That's what she needs in a person, in a man, to be there for her. She's not looking for the sexual relationship because of who she is and whatever. And I've talked to her about that too. She needs all that emotional stuff that Rap was giving her. So then Rap realized it was like, oh fuck, like I'm not her, I'm not that for her. You know, he didn't mean to be that. And like,
so what you're saying is, Lips, is that you still talk to a Rap yourself, a pedo, an R? Is that what you're saying, that you're behind the scenes speaking with Rap behind Candace's back? Causing conflict and trouble to bring to YouTube so that Sher has more content on the Wells, where she is yesterday going to cover a news clip that everybody has covered 1,000 times. Yeah, I think my son had a dash cam. They didn't catch the guy that ran him off the road, but there was video of the guy, and my son even won a settlement. Like, he got like a couple $1,000s for damage to his car where he was found unguilty in this wreck that happened at the top of my hill into a telephone pole. Fucking crazy. People don't care. I'm telling you, he'll fight it. I told him just fight it. It's ridiculous. Right, what makes Lips an expert? I agree, Love and Light. Okay, let's just move on to Lips. That's just added stress. I'm sorry I came down. I was in the middle of talking about something, but that was important. My son's panicking.
Like, he had to kind of break it off, and there were some things that had happened, and I won't go into full detail, but they kind of had separated a little bit, and then Candace had nowhere to run because the whole Dee Dee thing was going on. White Boy was after her about Fred, but to run back to Don. So as soon as she was ready to run back to Don was ready to come pick her up, everybody was cut off at that point, you know.
Yeah. And she just texted me.
Her again at home.
White Boy's on his shit again, Cher. Like, yeah. Okay, girl, like,
once
okay.
I started leaving her again and she didn't get what she wanted, she started getting back on here and getting on talking to YouTubers like Mom Bear and them, but she didn't get nowhere there either.
Yeah, but I didn't really, well, and she was lying to me because she really didn't want me talking to Benny for some reason.
She didn't.
She really, really thought that me and Benny were on the outs. You know, we weren't, I don't know, maybe because Benny and I aren't posting each other or something. I don't know, but she thought we were on the outs or something. So, and I mean,
remember
what?
Ben visited her and he ended up leaving and got him sad or whatever. Her and Benny, I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm not trying to talk.
Benny does not like Lips. Benny does not like what Lips did, putting Nicolina's children on a dark web. I don't know that Benny would approve of Sher and Lips talking, not that Benny has a choice to approve. Like, we can't come out here and tell each other's who to talk to and who not to talk to. They've tried that. Trust me with me. You get told who to talk to, who not to talk to. However, I think it's odd that Candace would be concerned about Benny this far into the game when Benny hasn't really been involved that far since his arrest and the shit with his wife. So I find this shit a bit odd. Just my opinion. We're going to listen a little further. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down. I'm going to be back. I have to go see what my husband's doing. He's running around. I need more coffee. I'm going to stay on my 2-hour mark. We're going to listen to this. But I'm going to come back tonight and we're going to go over the second one of this, which is where Benny comes on panel with Sher. And you can hear Benny sort of disagreeing with what some of Sher said. Now, I didn't listen to that whole thing either. However, I did listen a little bit further than I did this one because I really just didn't want to give Lips any fucking time. I don't believe a fucking word she says. Okay. However, I do think she does have proof to things, and I think that if she has the proof to things, especially when it comes to Tim Mullen, she should put it out. But what this is an introduction to Tim Mullen because that's what their next live is about. So that's the next live I'm going to go over. So it seems if C run to Sher when Sher and White Boy and others were on. Yeah, I agree, Glenn. That is what it seems like. It does seem like she wanted to take the heat off of herself. Something Sher said in last night's live that really fucking concerned me was right at the beginning of her live, and I listened to about an hour of it, was that Candace was using Dee Dee's phone and texting people as if Dee Dee was alive, like White Boy or Sher or something like that, right after Dee Dee had passed away. Now that I would like to know, did the police take that? Because that's odd. Why would you conceal her death? Like how long did, I don't know much about the Dee Dee situation, but it seems to me like Candace was concealing this woman's death or something, the way Sher's talking about it. Just strange to me. But anyways, I'm gonna listen a little bit further. After this, I'm gonna have to get off for a little bit, and I am gonna come back. I promise. I know I've been promising to come back. Life happens, shit happens. My husband and I are still going through things, and tensions are high in my home. GGG was right about that. However, we've been together for 22 years. It's not something neither of us are willing to just walk away from without trying. Okay? So give us time and mind your business, Gina. All right? Won't you do that? Won't you work? Do you have a marriage to worry about? Won't you go worry about your fucking marriage? Okay? And that's all I'm going to say on that. However, I'm going to let you guys listen for a few more minutes. I got to run to the bathroom, and at the 2-hour mark, I'm going to come down. But when I come back, if we aren't finished with this, I really don't care much for Lips. I think the next one's more important than this bitch.
Say anything bad with Benny, but Candace also had that emotional relationship there with Benny too.
Yeah.
He had pulled on his.
I wanted her to. Yeah. I was really trying to get her to talk to Benny. I thought she was going to, but when I check in with Benny, of course, nothing, you know.
No, she's not gonna tell nobody nothing. She just wants those relationships. She wants these guys and these men and stuff to be there for her. And she wants all this stuff, but she doesn't want to give up the info on her daughter. Not that these people are only doing it for that. I mean, some are, but well, I guess I could say they all are. We're all in it for information on somewhere. I can't say none of us aren't. The whole time I talked to her for years, whatever, I was in it for hopefully hoping that, you know, someday she would open up about her daughter. Same thing with Rap. Rap wanted information. I mean, I guess, yeah. Benny.
Yeah. I think Rap's in it for all the wrong reasons. I believe Benny's in it for the right reasons. I'll just leave it at that.
Right. But everybody wants information.
Yeah, see. That's true. Yeah, we all want the information. I mean,
yeah, for it. Do some people want this? Do some people want that? For other reasons, yeah, it's disgusting. But I think we're in it talking to Candace.
Could be all of the above, Ryan. Yeah. So Candace says it was really low what they have said. So talking about white boy, I'm not going to block you unless I find out you're stabbing me again. I was like, well, I will not.
Getting my coffee, didn't run to the bathroom yet. However, I'm glad I caught that. What I want to say is, hold on, let me go back just a minute.
I believe Benny's in it for the right reasons. I'll just leave it at that.
Right. But everybody wants information.
Yeah, see, that's true. Yeah, we all want the information. I mean,
yes, pay for it. Do some people want this? Do some people want that? For other reasons, yeah, it's disgusting. But I think we're in it talking to Candace.
Could be all of the above, Ryan. Yeah. So Candace says it was really low what they have said.
Anybody else find it odd that Ryan, Karen Elliott, Nana for Life, Karen Renfro, all these people, 6 up, they're all squawking to Sher now. The woman who put her criminal dad in her face bigger than a missing child down in Georgia. They're all flocking to fucking Sher and Sher's chat now. I want you to keep in mind that Sher adamantly admits that she was in contact with people on Ben Hill prior to talking to Candace and Dawn. She says it all the time. There's a Gorley that holds a wrench for certain people. Gorleys are neighbors of Summer Wells. Pay attention. She's been a wrench holder for Sher since day one.
So talking about white boy, I'm not going to block you unless
Gorley is also where they found one of Summer's footprints.
I find out you're stabbing me again. I was like, well, I will not. Again, if she was sincere in what she wants me to do, the next couple shows I got planned, she should be in her own. She'd be like, okay, this is what I want done, because she wants me on Tim and Dawn, right? So that's what I have planned for you.
You told her what you were gonna do or what your plans were.
Nana's love. Hey boo. They are never going to tell anything about Summer if they know anything.
Absolutely not. You can get to their weakest point, man, where you think they are at their weakest. They are still not going to say anything.
No.
But now, did Brooks from Crime Wines and Lines play some weird shit today where Don was telling you and Mark some shit? I think we all need to maybe go back on and listen.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Remember I told you about Brooks.
I'll make it to the bathroom at some point. I think Brooks's involvement is quite strange when it comes to Ernie, but we'll leave that at that because I'm not ready to fucking comment on that yet. So let's just let that go. Brooks, I've got some fucking questions for you. And I have for years. However, we're going to let that go for right now. I'm going to let you guys listen to this. I am going to run to the bathroom, but I had to comment on the Brooks thing because I do feel that Brooks has been doing some shady shit. Mama Bear, right before she attacked me, was writing me and telling me that Brooks had done some shady shit to her and that Mama Bear was behind the scenes also with Candace. And they pulled Mama Bear up on her panel. And I want to go over that one day. I had a chance to listen to it and I actually side with Mama Bear when it comes to that, but we'll talk about that another day. This is a good spot for me to run to the bathroom because I'm not going to comment any further on fucking Brooks and Ernie today. However, that is coming up in future content.
Brooks was alive earlier and it was a little weird. She had played something where Don was telling you and Mark.
Yeah.
Mark were just staring off like deer in the headlights, like what? Something about like in our kids' lifetime, they're gonna see X, Y, and Z. And forgive me, you guys, for not knowing the Bible. I don't know. And that something about someone had to sacrifice for that. I don't know. Something weird. I can clip it. I don't know. But you have a lot of stuff that Don has said on here. It's just what is what.
Yeah. Yeah, she played, and I saw because I played it back when I got home, and also the part where Don said it's like she grabbed Summer and put her in her car and tailed it out of here.
Mm-hmm. He said that a couple times. Yeah.
She like what? Candace said people are treating me like a piece of shit just because I don't want to be with anyone. I'm so over the bullshit and people. You do it to yourself though.
Right.
There's enough help for Candace out there that if she truly wanted to get help, and I was trying to be
we were trying to be
a good support for Candace and tell her, stay the fuck away from Dawn. Then, like, if you're still confirming with me that Dawn was the problem and why you couldn't have your kids, okay, well, your kids are only getting older. Time really does fucking fly. So do you want your kids to have a relationship with you again one day? Like, stay the fuck, like, do better. You have to do better. And she was like, yeah, I know. crying. And then I remember I made fun of her because she was talking about drinking the R&R. And I was like, oh, rest and relaxation. And she's like, yeah, sort of. I was like, oh. So yeah, she was very much drinking.
Absolutely. You've been drinking this whole time.
Yeah, Ryan. Hi, Moonshadow. She needs the financial support. Well, I mean, I guess she was talking to people about Dee Dee's, her friend that passed away, stuff was her stuff. Like, oh, me and Fred got 3 houses. Me and Fred got a boat. Me and Fred got this. And we got, it's like,
Dee Dee's stuff. And
yeah, calling Dee Dee's stuff her stuff.
Yeah, she had me thinking it was her stuff, her fishing stuff, her, things like that. And come to find out it's stuff.
I said, fuck white boy. That is so wrong. I'm sorry. It's no one's beeswax if you're with someone or not with someone. I was like, Morning can do weird things and with people and things happens. But she wanted me to know, well, I'm not sleeping with anyone. I'm married to Donnie. So right there, I would consider that kind of a slip up because you're telling me right there, like well, I'm not doing it, which I don't think I believe you, Candace, but whatever. Okay, you're a grown up, whatever. I'm not sleeping with one. I'm married to Donnie. That right there, I should have been like, hello, Sher. She's going right the fuck back to him. Like she's still like this. So again, am I being fucked with?
Right, Nana. Including you, Nana, when you fucking man.
What are you doing? People are disposable.
Nana did a lot for them.
Yes. Nana's been through it.
Yeah. Pisses me off.
Both of the Nanas that were in chat. Nana's love. She was asleep. Yeah, she was saying she was gonna go live with me. I kind of knew she wouldn't because I that would piss Dawn off quite a bit.
Oh,
I don't know what Tim's.
Are you ready? That's gonna, light some fires.
Wait, which one? Which part?
Telling Candace if she did come up, even if she did come up live, because remember she kept agreeing to come up. You were warning her, like, you gotta be prepared.
Yeah, I did.
Tell her. But just know, Don's gonna be blowing you up. Kept telling her how she should be safe. She's a badass bitch. Don't take no more shit from no one.
Why is everyone so worried about me now? Just leave it. Don't need any more shit. People are going to believe what they want to. Do you want me to say you or not with rep? Leave it alone.
I don't give a fuck.
No, I guess I was asking Candace that. Candace says she's always praying. And she was good. Okay, so yeah.
We were telling her don't let rap intimidate you. So I'm kind of like towards the bottom here.
Yeah. Most of it wasn't through text. It was mostly through video calls. So she wants me. That's what I've been trying to tell Donnie. Okay.
Offered her a fucking attorney.
Okay, so we have got a lot. This is, I think I'm going to save this for the Tim Mullen show because, okay, so in here, I'll just like, I don't know if you guys can see good, but like this is me and Candace talking, and we're going in about, sorry, Tim Mullen. Okay, I'm going to post these, and
as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna put these up where I can pull this up on screen for you guys, so that you guys can see certain things. But I want you to know why the next couple of shows, because I've been silent since I guess November 13th says my last live. So what's going to come is what I have rewound and redug into, some new kind of rabbit holes, if you will, and the past stuff, because these are the things that Candace ended the year wanting me on. She has zero trust for Tim Mullen and Dawn Wells, and confided in me with Lips and Mark as my witnesses that whatever happened this summer lays in Dawn Wells and Tim Mullen.
He has so much control to the point he's even posting for me for my kids' birthdays.
Yes.
Be the first one.
So
how it started,
just know that's exactly how it started. She was very.
You and I have always been on the same wavelength, Glenn. I swear. That's how I feel too. Same way. And it's terrifying.
Upset with Tim Mullen. She calls me drunk and crying, and it was every night. Like I said, we ended 2025, and so this is me giving you guys a warning, and I've got stuff. We're gonna be pulling it up. So I heads up, you guys. Now a lot of people say conspiracy this, conspiracy that. Sher, Tim Mullen says I have a very vivid and wild imagination. I would be a good storybook writer, and
I want to try to get through the whole thing. There's still like a good bit left. We've only gotten through 36 minutes of an hour and 4, and I've been on an hour and 31, so we're like doubling, tripling the time of the video. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I'll slow it down when I need to. If it's too fast for you, let me know. I'll put it down to 125. I have it on 150 right now. Just because I really do want to get us through. I want you to listen to the Tim Mullen information as much as you can. I think that Sher and Lips are correct when it comes to the Tim Mullen shit. However, despite everything, I do think Tim Mullen is a shady ass fucking character that has said and done some really fucking strange things in Summer's case. And in my opinion, even tried to take control of the case.
So we're going to go back down the Dawn Wells, Tim Mullen path, because that's what Candace Wells called me crying and wanting me to do. So if she was sincere about how she ended her year and crying to me night after night with witnesses, then you should be happy, Candace. You should be thrilled with what I'm about to do. Now she's just playing. And again, though, this all comes back to, if she's fucking with me, she's fucking with me. What kind of mother does this? Okay. But I'm choosing to give her a fair shot. I'm very much choosing. Now I've unwrenched her because she's drinking again and she might be mad at me. I don't know. But she wanted me to go public about this, right? Yep. Didn't she want me to do what I'm about to do?
She begged for it.
Night after night after night after night. Yep. This is how I ended 2025. So we are at the start of 2026. And I'm ready. So we're going to do it. And this is what Candace wants of me. So she's fucking with me. And that's a POS mother of a missing daughter to do. Or she knows what's up because she's the mother of the missing girl. And I don't know. So we're going to give it a fair shake here. And I found some more.
Back home.
I found a lot of stuff we need to go over and show you guys. Now, conspiracy theories are coming true. Okay. You guys seen the Epstein files? Anything wild and crazy imagination that people thought we were all crazy for thinking or even mentioning in past and cases is actually coming to fruition and coming true. It's a sick world out there. But you know what? This is what Candace wanted of me. So we're going to do it. She thinks that Candace Dawn Wells and Tim Mullen actually go way back, like prior to even her being pregnant with Summer, way back, right, Lips?
That's what she said.
Now, again, either fucking with me or this is silently confessing to guilty knowledge, which we already know. Yeah. So, that's all about. Okay. So, I mean, we get into it about Tim Mullen's brothers, Tim Mullen being linked to fucking brain doctors, like what was it called? It's like weird kind of like brain therapy type doctors. It gets deep.
I couldn't follow it all.
It gets fucking deep. And I don't know. Maybe Candace is onto something. Maybe she doesn't actually know everything, and she was like, "Damn, Sher gave Dawn hell. Like, let's have her do it." Because I don't know. Again, she started the call with, I was the person to fuck up her marriage or whatever, make her the maddest that she's ever been ever. Okay. But again, it was me she's turning to go after Tim Mullen and Dawn and to put the truth out there and help people see the truths that are hiding between Dawn and Tim Mullen. So just so you know, this is why I wanted Lips to join. I think that's pretty much what I'm gonna leave it at tonight, because I just need you guys to know. I did just that. I started digging deep, and have been spending my time doing this silently. So, and holy shit, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Glenn says, you mean like they are just covering the things for views and money? No. I think in the area of Light Holler, Ben Hill Road, and Beach Creek, there's a lot of crime. I think there's cockfighting. I think there's meth making. I think there's rug dealing. I think it's an American hub. That's my opinion. I think that the crime is so big and wide there that everybody is involved in it in a little way or another. They know about it. They indulge in it. I think somebody owed somebody money. It's just my opinion. Like I said, my opinions they're not the same views as my chatters or anybody else on this world. I think that they are covering up a bigger drug ring in order to keep Summer hidden because some dumb fuck in the group took it upon themselves to bring attention to what they do in Beach Creek by taking Summer, not thinking that this would make national news and be on YouTube and still talked about 5 years later. I thought they were sending a message to Dawn. I think that whoever did this in the end is going to have a lot of consequences from the other people in Beach Creek if the police don't get them. That's my thought. I feel like they fucked operations up, if that makes sense, by taking Summer. Yes, the cartels kidnap, right? We know that. However, in my life, with the criminals I know, and I know a lot of them, I don't see a way where somebody who just sells rugs would take a child, because that brings attention to the situation. A car, a burning of a house, some tools stolen, some rugs stolen back, the parents of said child injured or hurt. That shit don't bring the attention a missing child does. And I think, in my opinion, somebody fucked up operations taking Summer. That's just my opinion. And I think that if the police don't get that person first, the people in Beach Creek will. I feel bad for this human. Either way, you're going to suffer. And I can't fucking wait. Give the little girl back or give us the answers for her.
Bouncing stuff off of Candace. Did you know this? Like, what about this? And she was like, no, like, what the fuck? So, yeah. I mean, that's what to expect from me. I'm going to get it set up. I have to get stuff off of my phone up where I can pull it up and show you guys. Cause I know if I don't have receipts, I have nothing. Right. So, that's what I'm going to do. So a couple days we'll be back. I mean, I want to say tomorrow, but I don't know. Actually, no, it won't be tomorrow. Mark's birthday is tomorrow. He's turning 49 tomorrow. So if we go live, it'll just be him saying hi to everyone, but I am going to be back within the next couple of days, because I'm ready. I've been ready. I just didn't know. I just didn't want to come on like, and everyone's like, oh, here she goes after the same.
People like Ziggy that brought all the doxing out and all the rug dealer names at Fred's request is what made this case really complicated. We know the Marlenas. We know the ones that were there. It should have stated that. Ziggy never should have brought names like Stanley Dykes out for someone like me to research, because I'll research. And then you got to remember you have a Jeremy Pill, who's Stanley Dykes' son-in-law, who has a podcast that made some very interesting quotes himself, that lives 3,000 feet from Dawn Wells, in his opinion. Where were the footprints? Mountain Dew, right? Black trucks pulling out of the road. I've been asking you for an interview for how long? Somebody said Stephanie would talk to me. I'm pretty sure Stephanie knows I'm reporting on her, because I'm pretty sure Jody said a couple times she told Stephanie.
same old Tim Mullen fuckery, whatever. Well, it's not going to be the same old information that I've shared in the past. I went deeper. I've got a lot of stuff to show you, and you can thank Candace Bly for it. This is what Candace wanted me to do. She cried for me to do this night after night after night. So, again, that's how I ended my year. I haven't talked to you guys since then. Hopefully you guys are having a good,
to all that too.
Something I would like to bring attention to, something that I covered a while ago, and they're not all bad, and it could put me in danger covering it, or you, or anybody. But there was some Hells Angels not far from Rogersville that were busted not long after Summer got missing for drug trafficking. And we're talking about a missing bike that Fred's talking about these days that was stolen and hauled to the West Side Inn. So just keep that in fucking mind.
I know it's kind of a mess right now.
you know, I kind of didn't want to either be like, I was just like, why did you drag me in this shit again?
Just live, a lot since then, but just, don't
yeah. So this is what I have coming up for you guys, but it's a lot of stuff, and I've got the receipts. I'm going to show you. I'm basically going to pull up everything I'm going to show you guys. That's all I can do. And why I am doing this is because the mother of the missing girl wanted me to and begged me for 3 months, almost every night, to do this.
Yeah, listen, we've been waiting.
Yeah, and I've had it ready. You guys have seen delete. I deleted so many shows already because I'm like, but it has to be when I felt like it was time, and it's time. It's time, and you guys will see why now is perfect time. You'll see why it's the perfect time. So I'm gonna get the next show ready, and if I don't get back, I'm gonna be on by Monday for sure. So I won't wait but a week. But just know I've got a lot of stuff I've got to get in order because I don't want to just like hop on and I want to remember how my shows used to be when I had my notes and it was like it shows. So it's so much information, and I'm telling you, I've got a lot, and we're going down. Some of it's going to tie, yes, in the Epstein world. Okay, just follow me. But if you saw my thumbnail, which isn't really, I'm gonna have to switch it all out because this title and thumbnail is going to be for the next show. So this is just kind of like a hey, catching up, letting you guys know what's coming. Yes, I was besties with Candace, ending the year doing that, and why my next move is why I'm doing it, because a lot of people are like, oh, they're so sick of it, it's been so long, and I get because I get discouraged too. But Candace has refreshed and made me want to jump in again. And then as I find these things and certain things are happening, and I can bring it back to this. Ryan knows a little bit. I've shown him just a little bit, barely any, just enough to be like, Ryan, like I'm gonna send him the
state overdosing on lethal tracks crime in the area where you live. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says it's like having a mass shooting every day. Patients are piling into hospitals across the state, overdosing on lethal drug combinations. News 2's Brooke Reese explains how agents are working hard to stop trafficking rings and save lives.
Last week, 4 drug dealers were taken off the streets in Antioch.
We want to go out there and, in essence, cut the head off the snake.
And while sometimes cases like this take longer,
we may have somebody on our radar, and because we're not able to establish a case on them today, doesn't mean we can't tomorrow.
Assistant Director of the TBI, TJ Jordan, says it's crucial that investigations are completed quickly to stop these drug rings.
Because at the end of the day, if we're not able to stop the bleeding, so to speak, that means that more bodies are dropping.
Jordan says polysubstance drugs are causing the root of most overdoses within the state. And when agents go into raid homes, they're finding more than anticipated.
We're going to see cocaine a lot of times. If we're going in looking for heroin, we're finding fentanyl or vice versa. And it seems like we're always finding high-grade, large amounts of marijuana.
Also on the list, guns, cash, and sometimes human trafficking connections.
When you take one out, there's always one there to replace.
It's a business that never seems to slow down, even in a pandemic.
When we have an event where we've got 18, 20 plus bodies that have showed up at the ER, it's imperative that we get with it quick.
But investigators say the more arrests, the more people are saved from these potent drugs. Brooke Reese, News 2.
Now, if you or someone you love needs help with
Knoxville, Tennessee, WVLT. A Tennessee Bureau of Investigations bus has led to more than a dozen people being charged for operating a drug trafficking ring in Knox County, according to TBI Director David Roush Summers, Maine. official. It all has to do with an investigation that began in December of last year into Pagan's Motorcycle Club Roush. There's a whole, you guys can go read this. What is this? No. There's a whole article. You can also Google it. But these people were busted also by the Rogersville area not long after Summer went missing. We have a missing bike. I believe Stanley Dykes rides Harleys. You all need to do your research. Ziggy brought out names that never should have been brought out. There's lots of trafficking that comes to this area through many sources. We have seen cartel members busted in the area with drugs in their cars right after Summer went missing. In my opinion, Rogersville, Tennessee is a huge American hub. It's a rural area where it's easily able to hide things like meth cooking and fentanyl making and pill pressing. The cops don't go there, even they're afraid to go to Rogersville and take care of crime. We hear that in many places.
Links if he wants to, because I've got a lot. So there's a few rabbit holes we're going to go down. Thank Candace Bly for this. This is what she wanted. And again, Candace Bly isn't quite sure when Don, his bestie, Tim Mullen, really came about being. So we got a lot to go back through. And some of it is going back to Rose Bly as well. And the whole Tim Mullen of it. And yeah. The Wells, the Epstein files, the John Benet Ramsey of it all of the things that align. And again, I ask you guys, Don and Candace are dumb as rocks. I'm sorry. Dumb as rocks. They aren't getting away with something like this on their own. There ain't no damn way. We've seen the bubble of protection around them. And why? Do you think it's just to save Don and Candace's asses?
Yeah, if they did this on purpose, there's
no, it's bigger than Don and Candace. Mm-hmm. And this is what Candace has put into me again. So thank you, Candace. I was a pain in the butt before, and now I'm starting out 2026 doing exactly what Candace Bly wants me to do.
Huge pain in your ass.
And yeah, and this is what Candace wanted. So when you hear her going on panels bitching about me and wanting me to shut up, just know this is exactly what she begged me to do.
She did too. She wanted Tim brought back into it. She wanted attention put back on Don.
But for someone who didn't want her near her husband, she sure begged me to get right back on him.
Mm-hmm, she did.
What the fuck? Yeah, like, why? Now, this is what's fucking with me because, yeah, they play a lot. But I don't really think she would really want me back in there because I don't know. It's like this love-hate with me and Candace. It's so fucking weird.
Because she was in between all those different relationships and wasn't even really there with Don at all completely. They were still just kind of talking on the phone, yeah.
Yeah. Don was not around while me and Candace in 2025.
Yeah, he still wanted to come get her, but she was still at that point like, nope.
Yeah.
Fred and Rap. So
I thought, with everything going on between her, Rap, or me and her talking, you and her talking, I thought that we were going to keep her away from Dawn a little longer, not going to lie. But I don't know. I knew she was going back.
Rap and her had that little spat there. They had a couple, but that was their original spat where,
hey, Ashley, time will tell, Patty.
They realized that they weren't actually dating, and it was a weird emotional online relationship.
I'm going to set it up for next Monday night. That'll be for sure, but I might do it sooner, but it won't be later than a week from today. That gives me time because I work as well over the weekends. And
Candace and Rap were never living together either.
No, I don't think so, but
I know they were because I helped them put together memes with their green walls and stuff. They were not living together.
No.
2 different green walls.
Oh, whose birthday? Sorry.
Somebody said it was theirs.
Hi, Kathy. Hi, Chocolate. Thank you.
It's also my son's birthday tomorrow too.
Oh, happy birthday. So yeah, we're gonna start at the really beginning, and I have to show you the conversations.
You're okay.
We're gonna go back to October 24th, 2020. Hold up, wait a minute. We are gonna go back to trust me, you guys, I got it down to the date where we're gonna be starting. We are going to go back to, let me find my tombstone, y'all.
Jeez, damn tombstone.
Yes. Okay. So we are going to go back to October 20, between like October 22nd, 23rd, 24th. But when my tombstone was made, October 25th, 2023. The YouTubian we are proud to block, and they made me a tombstone, voices behind the wall, you know, underwater, in a graveyard tombstone, and they put it underwater. And now I'm just realizing that was Tim Mullen that made that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because it says YouTubian and lips. When does Candace ever use the word YouTubian?
Oh, wait, he started
Never. Yeah. So Tim Mullen made this tombstone me. So we are going to go back to October 24th, 2023, and go from there. And I have shit to show you. Receipts, new receipts coming out. Yeah, so out of the loop. So was I. So was I. My heart was beeping when I saw that Candace Bly was videoing me that night. Again, I didn't forget. It was September 25th at 7:30 p.m. Okay. My world was shook.
Sher, God, out of this world.
Yeah. And I know you got a lot to say too. So of course, I don't know. Are you gonna be talking about this on your channel too? Are we gonna? Yeah, we'll be.
I will tell you, I'm going live on my channel whenever it happens. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't want to control everything while I'm doing it. I just want the link, you know.
I think we're gonna. Yeah. Well, yeah, because you'll be able to verify some of the stuff.
I'll go live. So there's robots sending me a link. I just want to do it.
Wondering, hey boo, you know nothing. No, very, very, very little of what I'm about to do. Very, very little of what I'm about to do.
I can say that.
So again, Candace.
Stop being a bitch.
I don't know if it'd be being a bitch, but I hope.
I know you always have to make me come back. All right, come on, we're trying to like bring her around. Sorry.
Let's. Hey, no, I said that this time I was going to be fair with her, and I think I am. This is what she wanted me to do. This is what she wanted me to do.
Even your promises from way back then, even though she's fucking done walked away from us, done all these other things.
Hey, I stayed quiet until right now because I didn't know. I promised her. I didn't know if she was gonna like try and call me behind Dawn's back, or maybe Dawn did something because she was afraid Dawn was gonna kill her or whatever, right? So maybe Dawn did something and she felt so.
They talk about the abuse with Benny in the next live I'm going to go over. However, I do not believe Sher is being fair to Candace, and I don't believe Lips is being fair to Candace either, since Lips has been behind the scenes playing she's Candace's best friend BFF like Squall for the last 5 fucking years, and suddenly she comes out talking shit like this. Right after all the dark web and shit comes out, right? Her recording people, calling police, TCS, she has to clear her name. What better way to do it than doing it through Sher? Because Lips has now made a mockery of herself. She is a disgusting fucking human being that will destroy lives. She doesn't care about anybody but her fucking self, her grifting and helping people, whoever is paying her. In my opinion, let's never forget Lips went to court and told the courts that she held information about Summer Wells that would lead to the whereabouts of Summer Wells that nobody else has. And even the judge struck her down and told her to shut her fucking mouth. We've gone over that. Search my lives.
I stayed silent, but then I was thinking, like, okay, well, I'm doing what she's telling me privately, but she wanted me going public with this. Me privately isn't on Dawn and Tim's ass, right?
That's true. I just can't believe you're still holding on to that. Because, like I said, yeah, she did say things like, you know, she was afraid of Dawn offing her and you know, whatnot, and you know, going back home and being silenced, and then that, you know.
And that's exactly what seems to have happened.
And that's
well, she's been silenced, not offed.
Right. But that's what kind of, you're like, yep, you know, we agree with you. That's exactly what he wants. And once he gets that, there's no coming back, and that's what he got. So that's where she's at.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wondering.
Okay.
My channel go way back to the beginning. You don't want to look at any of the recent
So
stuff.
so one thing, and this one, I thought this was very, very interesting. Another thing too, I was talking to a few people, but I could re-monetize my channel by clicking like February 8th. I feel like that's when you get watched a little more and you have to be a little bit more, you know, like hoity-toity. So I'm not monetizing while I do all this because I want to be able to speak freely and not worry about it. So
I'll be able to like play a song if I want to.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm going back through this as Candace wants me to do, and I'm not going to monetize it. We're just gonna do it because I'm gonna want to speak very freely with you guys and not monitor myself as much and be very, very real in what I'm showing you guys. Now, one thing I think is very interesting, and this will be something we go down. You know how, does anyone have TikTok? The TikTok-y? Yeah. Do you know how like when you post a picture or a video on TikTok will just pick the sound, like words or like a song and play it? TikTok picks it on its own.
Yeah, because AI kind of picks up on what your tone is, kind of not tone, but you know.
Yeah. So I post a picture on TikTok of John Benet Ramsey and Summer Moon Utah Wells. And it's got a picture of both sets of parents on there. Hold on, I'll show you. It's literally the thumbnail to this show. The thumbnail to this show. I put that on TikTok.
Sort of. Totally different situations, but the same. I can see where she gets the comparison. Somebody disappears from a basement. They find John Benet Ramsey in the basement. The problem is they found John Benet Ramsey. Sher, Summer's unaccounted for. Why are you doing that? That's torment to the parents. Why don't you see that? Why are you tormenting these people?
And here's what pops up that TikTok automatically put on with a picture of Summer Wells and John Benet Ramsey. Why are they tying Epstein to just a picture of Summer Wells?
That's
a picture of John Benet Ramsey, and we're going to get into all that and the messaging.
It doesn't matter who they are. Two little girls.
Just two random little girls in TikTok size, and they put an Epstein rap song.
You know what that was? See, I don't know too much about Epstein stuff. So
yes. So just get ready for the rabbit holes I'm about to bring.
She's saying someone else did it. I thought she said she did it. That's torment. If that's what you're doing, that's torment. But whoever's doing that, that's torment. However, they do sort of match. Strange. Just to think what an easy life and a beautiful place they had if they were just a normal good couple who weren't addicts. They had such a beautiful home and land. Their house wasn't the best. It was a shell. But their land, the resources, the creek, I could imagine. I would love for my babies to go catch crawfish in a clean creek, not one riddled with needles. Garden snakes in the yards, my boys running the lawnmower. I could imagine it. Like, I would die for a home like that. They were very lucky to come in the land like that. And I don't understand why they kept it the way they did. I could imagine the babies on that land playing outside, riding their dirt bikes. They had all the resources of nature. There's something Cher talks about with the bears. I agree with her with the bears a little bit. That was in last night's live. We're going to get to all of that. But Glenn, I absolutely see what you're saying here. Like, could you imagine having that kind of land, 13 acres for your babies to just run on and play? And it should be a safe area. That should be something safe. That's the heart of America. That's what America is based on, is our land of the mountains, home of the free. You got to have the assholes that come in and riddle it with drugs and poison our people and cause harm and make beautiful areas awful places to live where little girls go missing.
Bring you down, and you can thank Summer's mother for my comeback. Shit. You're welcome, Candace. So I'll get that ready.
Candace is over there that mama bears and stuff.
Oh.
Picture all kinds of different things and lie about things and manipulate things, that videos that, got her own words in it. She tried to say whatever.
Yeah, well.
Manipulating her own daughter's case, knowing that mama bear just makes up stuff and it does, whatever. And
Hey, Grizzly.
Bringing up other creators, but like different things are made up over there on that channel, like conspiracy stuff. And she's going along with it, knowing that she knows the truth behind certain things and she's just not correct.
Well, of course. Well, I mean, Don and Candace did say, Don actually told me, I've got recordings of him laughing about how funny they think it is to fuck with the YouTubers. Share. I just love fucking with the YouTubers.
Well,
that's not really true, Share. Don't worry.
Yeah. That's why I like I can't say like, but that's why I wanted to be behind the scenes a few different times. Like that whole cop emailing you saying bullshit. I know people want to bring that up. Is I wanted to figure out what was in their heads and why they wanted to do something so stupid.
And didn't Candace tell Jenkins that if she knew the truth about Summer, it would blow her mind or something like that?
Yeah. Somebody.
So again, that's a silent confession, and you do know the guilty knowledge, which we all know that, Candace. We know you have the guilty knowledge, and I really do feel like she's upset with her husband about it. I do.
I'm so people too. What happened that day? It's just we don't know what to pick out of the truth from the lies, so we just don't know. I got the whole interview of Don trying to say that she was washed away to be fish food and all these other things, and There's different whatever, there's little clues and stuff. And then there's different clues in this person's interview and yours and that one's and this.
See, and then I say on the fence, and I'm like, Dawn and Candace are the perfect target. Honestly, drugged up, drunked up, and just neglectful as shit. Not one single kid between the two of them out of what, 7 to 9, according to Dawn. 9? 9. So, I mean, they are the perfect target. But then I have to kind of stop straddling the fence and fall off on one side of the fence when I have Summer's mother, Dawn Wells' beautiful wife, telling me,
you have to add that.
I need to be on Dawn's ass and Tim Mullen because she suspects them. And she doesn't trust them. And what happened to Summer lies there.
Yeah.
Candace has always said she suspected Tim of something and that she didn't trust him and she didn't like Tim. I've gone over that several times. The day that Candace wrote a letter to the news, Benny is reporting with Candace on the phone that Tim was up on the hill and Candace didn't want him there, and she was bitching because Candace's mom went to the news. He did not want Candace and Grandis going to the news and talking about the search they just did that same day that the phone information came. Like, it was a whole conundrum of bullshit. Yes, Mary, in my opinion, is a very vengeful bitch, and I don't know why. I've personally had one single conversation with Jeannie. I will never reach out to her again unless she wants to reach out to me, because I'm not the type of person to bother somebody. But I'm going to tell you what, in that 1 4-hour conversation, I got to know Jeannie. She is the absolute sweetest lady I've ever spoken to in my fucking life. This is not at all what she wanted. She just wanted to get her side out to say there was a possibility that Dawn could have been SAing Summer. She didn't even want to go to the police. She was coerced by Chris McDonough to go to the police. Chris McDonough, in return, treated her like shit. Also treating Tiffany like shit. I've covered that. Over it. He made her feel very uncomfortable. Yet he started Mary a channel for her quilting, her cooking, and now Sher is going to go over there and help Mary build this fucking channel again. Why? Because her views are down? Sher hated Chris McDonough. Now all of a sudden she's a Chris McDonough supporter. Somebody please fucking explain that. I'm extremely lost. It don't add up. And I'm going to tell you right now, the shit that happened with Jeannie did happen with Jeannie. Exactly how Jeannie said it happened, and Dawn said it happened. Dawn admitted to it. He admitted to it all. Jeannie just wants Summer found. She did not want to be attacked and talked about for 5 fucking years. She did not want charges on Dawn. Chris McDonough pushed those charges. Jeannie did not want to come to YouTube. She was kind of forced to after her daughter made a comment in a Facebook group and everybody went chasing after her. Please talk to me. Please talk to me, Trish. Jeannie is one of the most loving people you will ever speak to. She is so soft. When she speaks, she's timid. And she's also been through a lot with Dawn's family. Hey, Maria. Yep. Whatever Mary got going on, if I was Jeannie, I would fucking disown the bitch. She needs to get the fuck off of YouTube and let TBI and the feds do their fucking job and quit fucking intertwining and act like she knows somebody she ain't seen in over 20, 30 fucking years. Because her and Dawn were not close and they don't fucking know each other. Not since they were teenagers and in their young 20s.
That's true. I mean, and that's kind of, I hate to say this, but like, you don't question a rape, you know, well, here's a murder or whatever, missing person. How do we question, who do we question and what do we question and how dare us question anything? It sucks. It really sucks.
Don't fucking call me crying, begging for it for 3 months straight, because here it is.
You want to believe her, but you have to call her out because you know she's lying. And then when
I don't know if she's lying. I like I told you, I'm giving her this fair chance. I've been doing this because this is what she wanted me to do. I don't want to say she's fake crying. I mean, I did see some tears, but not all of the time.
A lot of us do and did. A lot of us did until she manipulated us over and over and over. Sorry, Cora was playing a game and it really scared me.
Dabba dabba doo.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna hop off of this one.
All right.
I just wanted to kind of let people know like why I Sher doing this and like let you guys know.
Yeah, because we can go on forever. So.
Yeah, and I don't want to I just don't want to put too much information all in one show. I can't do the 9-hour, 12-hour lives, you guys. I'm so sorry. But if you don't see me before Monday, I will for sure be back on Monday night with, it's not just going to be a hangout. Like, bring your notebooks, bring your pens, and I'm going to open up the panel as we go along through this because I'm open. Like, what are you guys thinking on it? Okay. But yeah, just know what I'm doing is what Candace Bly begged me to do. There's witnesses to that. That's why I asked Lips to join me tonight. I wanted, because she was there. It was Lips who had Candace get in touch with me to begin with. So if anyone's happy about that, thank Lips. And if people are not happy about that, thank Lips.
I'll take it off.
I mean, I'm happy that it happened because...
Thanks, Lips. You publicly stated you fucked Candace and backstabbed her behind the back. Everybody thank Lips. Good job, babe. Amazing. You're a wonderful human being. You've done the best for Summer Wells' fucking case, right? Take that to court, you fucking cunt. I'm still waiting to see you in front of a fucking judge.
Because I do feel like I learned a little bit more, and Dawn wasn't all up in the mix, and I can say it was interesting getting close to just Candace without Dawn being in the picture. But again, I'm not blind to, she came to me when everyone was turning on her. So I'm not blind to it, y'all. I'm not, but we're still going to do what she asked me to do. It's only right. It's only fair.
Later, sir.
Thanks, Lips. Okay, so you guys, again, you know, if you don't want to follow, don't follow it. If you do, just know, yeah, some things are very, very interesting that I have found now. And we'll get the receipts. Everyone wants the receipts. Show me that she said this, he said that. Show me. So I will, even though at this point, I'm just like, people believe me or they don't believe me. I really don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Because I know who my people are, and I just don't care about who aren't. So, but I do know receipts are nice because I do like seeing the proofs myself. So I will let you guys go. There's tons of other lives going on. Some people have gotten to me, wanted me to talk about the Nancy Guthrie situation. I don't know if I'm going to. I think I'm just going to focus on the Tim Mullen and Don Wells of it all. I do have opinions on the situation. So maybe I'll do like an afternoon little hot topic live, not like nothing serious and open panel and say it. But my focus has been on Tim Mullen and some crazy shit that I found. And, you know, thank you, Candace Bly, for giving me a renewed refreshness of wanting to jump in here and deal with all of your fuckeries again. Thank you. And for the future, because I know you're not going to be happy, or you'll have to act like you're not happy because you're with Dawn. So, you know, I'm sorry, but here we go. Good to see you guys. I will be back again soon, by next Monday at the latest. I'll have it set up so you guys can be ready. And again, maybe we'll start before Monday. But I've been going to work with Mark, and then I have work as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Mark's birthday's tomorrow, so maybe we'll hop on, see what everyone's up to. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for being here. Mom.
So we were able to finish that. Only a little bit over my 2-hour mark. No, the Goads were not blood relatives of Dawn. They were step family. And they all fought over that land. They all wanted the land from Jim Goad. The Sextons wanted that land. They're also Morlocks. And Crawfords. They're not just Goads. And they wanted that land. Clyda Trent sold it to Dawn. I think Dawn had to meet Mormon requirements such as marrying Candace. So she came in, got Candace and Dawn married, and then sold him his mother's property for $10. I have the deed. Hold on. Shit, where did I put it? Fuck. I don't have the deed where I thought it was. However, I have it electronically in one of my emails. So I'm going to go find it because that was Ziggy and mine's first fight, was about the deed. Ziggy wanted to bring the deed out. GGG funny GGG Gina, so fucking weird. Anyways, had a big fit because I went on to Ziggy's panel and mentioned the deed before Ziggy did. And they had a huge fucking connection fit over it. It was bad. There was a huge fight. I have emails and everything to collaborate that. However, the land was sold for $10 or $15. It was sold in 16 acres. Dawn sold 3 to 4 acres. The man was on the fucking news, actually, that bought the acres. They found a footprint on his fucking land on the way to the Gorley's house, where they also found a footprint. Right. But Dawn's been there for 30 years. You have to remember that. Dawn came there in the 90s when his mother did. He moved his first wife, Pam, and her 16 fucking kids into a fucking shed and trailer. That lady had 16 kids. Only 2 of them are Dawn's. Mm-hmm. Because Dawn's been there since the 90s, love and light. His mother moved there, I believe it was 1992. Dawn is not new to the area. All right, guys. I'm going to end here. We'll come back and go over Sher's second part. It is 6. I'm going to try to be back by 9. Okay? I do want to go get dinner. I haven't eaten nothing but a waffle while I was sitting here talking to you guys. Bad carbs. I'm going to go check on my family, listen to some music, smoke some fucking weed, relax for a little bit, and then I will be back with part 2 of this. And then tomorrow we will do another one. I think Lips is full of shit. I think Sher has played enough fucking games in Summer's case. She needs to exit the whole fuck out of it. Sher, after Teeth, faces on missing people's homes, all the shit you've played in all these missing person cases, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's my opinion. So the next time you roll your eyes at my name or me or something in your chat, just know I'm rolling my eyes the fuck back at your fucking Skeletor ass looking face. All right? Pesamore, peace and love. See you all in a couple hours. Bye.